a very exciting time to be a theme park fan right now. Epic Universe just opened at Universal Orlando, and Disney has about 10 new rides cooking up for the next few years. So in today's video, we're gonna rank all 10 of these. I did have to stretch it out a little bit to get to 10, but we'll dig into that in a minute. Before we get started, please like this video, please leave a comment down below, let me know which new Disney ride you are most excited to ride. Of course, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate your support. Thank you so much. So starting things off with number 10, it's technically not a ride, it is a Zootopia show that is coming to Tree of Life at Animal Kingdom. I think this is absolutely gonna destroy It's Tough to Be a Bug. That show traumatized me as a child, and I absolutely love Zootopia. I think it's a great movie, so I'm very excited for it to have more representation within the parks. It is kind of a shame that it's getting a show and not a ride, but I think the door to a Zootopia ride is still open at some point, whether that's here at Animal Kingdom or at Hollywood Studios at some point in the future. That would be really cool, especially because they're adding a villain show to Hollywood Studios, which just opened, and the villain's land is going to Magic Kingdom. So I don't think a Zootopia ride is off the table at all. It should be really cool. I'm excited to see how this show comes to life. Moving on to number 9, this is the other thing I kind of had to throw in just to stretch it up to 10. It is Test Track 3.0. At the time of this recording, it is not open to the public. It opens in about 20 days. We'll see if I get this video up before then, but there are POVs out there on the internet. I did watch one of them. It does look pretty cool. It looks fine. Definitely looks better than Test Track 2.0. I'm glad they got rid of the cheesy design your own car stuff. It is the exact same layout, the same sequence of events with like the tests, obviously for Test Track. It seems to be very Epcot with an optimistic look at the future, development of technologies and what a future could look like. So I'm excited to give it a shot when it does eventually open. Moving on to number 8, we're coming back home to California for Stark Flight Lab. This is one of a handful of these rides that actually has a name. This looks pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie, when it was first announced, I assumed that we were getting a full-scale dark ride themed to Iron Man using Kuka arms, but it's just gonna be like a fun little flat ride. I'm not sure how intense it's gonna be. It does seem pretty interesting that the ride vehicles are gonna like detach from the Kuka arms, so that should help with capacity, and it's gonna be visually appealing. It's gonna make the ride much more dynamic than just a regular Kuka arm ride that you can find wherever they have those. I know Legoland California got rid of theirs, so I guess this is like the first like thrilling flat ride that's coming to the Disneyland Resort, so it could be pretty interesting. I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm still a little concerned about capacity, but we'll see. I'm also curious to see how intense the motion will be. Moving on to number 7, we're gonna go back to Animal Kingdom for the Indiana Jones retheme of Dinosaur. So this is very exciting. It's not gonna be a clone of the Indiana Jones here at Disneyland. It's gonna be its own story. Obviously, it's gonna be more animal driven because it does take place in Animal Kingdom. And I believe the dinosaur show building, despite having the exact same layout as the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland, it is laid out a little differently. Like, it has different shaped rooms, different sized rooms, so they're gonna have to create an Indiana Jones experience specifically for Dinosaur. So it's really cool that we're gonna have the same franchise. Dinosaur is much lower quality than the existing Indiana Jones adventure, so I'm hopeful that the new Indiana Jones ride coming to Animal Kingdom is gonna be on the same tier as Indiana Jones at Disneyland, even though it'll be a different ride experience. And I'm very happy that even though they're both Indiana Jones rides and they both have the same ride system, they're going to be different experiences depending upon which coast you're on. I hope it does not rely on darkness the same way that Dinosaur does. I hope they theme the whole building. I hope it looks incredible, and I'm excited to see what story they come up with and how it's going to differentiate from one of my favorite rides of all time. Moving on to number 6, we're going to talk about the Cars ride coming to Magic Kingdom. So there's really not that much known about this attraction. I believe it's going to be an outdoor ride. It's going to take place in Frontierland. It's supposed to be like an off-roading type of ride, but it's still going to incorporate some sort of racing element, I believe. So it should be pretty interesting. I'm not the biggest fan of Radiator Springs Racers. Dueling rides, racing rides aren't really my thing, but I know a lot of people really like them. I absolutely believe that this is going to be one of the most popular attractions at Magic Kingdom, but I don't know if it'll necessarily be one of my favorites. I think think the off-roading element should be more interesting than just the normal cars in Radiator Springs Racers or Test Track, obviously. And it looks like there's going to be some really cool rock work. They're going to theme some mountains to look like pistons on a car. I think it's going to be called Piston Peak. It kind of gives more Grizzly Peak vibes than Frontierland vibes, so I'm not sure how it's going to fit, how they're going to integrate it within the park, especially with the removal of the Rivers of America. I am a little bit concerned because I absolutely love the Rivers of America, more so in Disneyland than the version that is closing at Magic Kingdom, but it is a big change, and that is a little scary, but we will see how it goes. Moving on to number 5, we're going back to California Adventure for the Coco boat ride. So the scale of this attraction could be very, very exciting. We don't really know how big it's going to be, but the rides that Disney is comparing it to in terms of scale are Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean. It sounds like they want this ride to be California Adventure's Pirates of the Caribbean, so that's very, very exciting. At first, the rumor was that the entrance was going to be where the Games of the Boardwalk are, and then you were going to walk through Credit Coaster to the other side of the quote-unquote berm, and that's where they were going to have the massive show building. But in more recent concept art, it looks like we're going to walk around in Credit Coaster, and then they're going to have like a little entrance plaza, and then the show building will go right behind in Credit Coaster. So that's very exciting that it's an expansion to the park. They're not removing anything. Very, very cool. Well, that's not entirely true. I believe they're removing a parade building, so looks like there's going to be no more parades at DCA, but honestly, I do not care. The Coco boat ride is absolutely going to be worth the sacrifice. I think it'll be really cool. This has potential to have some really, really cool animatronics. Like skeleton animatronics could be unbelievable. I hope it doesn't rely on screens. I'm sure it will have screens, but I hope they integrate it really well. I hope they do a better job of screen integration than Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but we'll see how it goes. I'm very, very optimistic. I really hope that they invest in this ride. I hope it's large scale. I hope it's impressive. I hope it's high capacity. The boats in the concept art don't look too big, which is a little concerning because I want the line to keep moving, but I am very, very excited for this Coco boat ride. Moving on to number 4, we're going back to Animal Kingdom for the Encanto Dark Ride. We really don't even know what type of ride this is gonna be. Encanto is an absolutely perfect fit for a trackless dark ride, but the rumor is that Disney is stepping away from trackless dark rides because of reliability and maintenance concerns. So that really sucks. So apparently this is gonna be either a boat ride or an Omnimover. I really, really wish Animal Kingdom would get a trackless dark ride because that would be absolutely unreal. But either way, I hope this ride is full scale. I hope it's immersive. I hope it's cool, which I'm pretty optimistic it will be. Tropical Americas as a whole looks absolutely unreal. It's going to be a huge improvement over Dinoland USA, especially Chester and Hester's Dinorama, which is where this attraction in particular is going. It has potential to be one of the best rides at all of Walt Disney World. Moving on to number 3, we're going to Hollywood Studios for the Monsters Inc. Door Coaster. This looks very, very exciting. They released an animation of what the station is going to look like. It's going to have a vertical elevator lift, which could be really exciting. It looks like the station is going to be themed to the scare floor. I think the energy in that room is going to be absolutely electric. I hope that they have music in time with each dispatch as you get raised to the ceiling. That's going to be so fun. I think it's going to be a very unique ride. This is Disney's first suspended roller coaster, so that's really, really cool. I imagine that it's going to have a similar locker system to Tron at Magic Kingdom because you don't really have anywhere to put loose items because it is a suspended coaster. And I'd imagine there's going to be a load and unload station if there's a vertical lift or an elevator lift, however you want to describe it. Racing around the Door Factory is fantastic. That's going to be absolutely amazing. I hope it looks really cool in there. I'm interested to see how much light is going to be in there. Like, are they going to allow you to see the whole thing, or is it going to be more like a rock and roller coaster type of situation where parts of the room illuminate as you buy them? Like, I don't really know. They may not even know yet, but we'll see. It's very exciting that this park is getting another major attraction because one of my biggest criticisms of Hollywood Studios is the attraction count. It could definitely be higher than it is today, and this is 100% going to help. Moving on to number 2, we're going back to California Adventure for another named attraction, Avengers Infinity Defense. So this is going to use like Disney's knockoff scoop vehicle that they're stealing from Universal. So I really hope that it's a great attraction. I hope there's really large physical sets. I hope it doesn't over rely on screens. It's 100% going to use screens because it's an Avengers ride. They need to have that action. animatronics aren't quite capable of some of the things that the Avengers do. I don't think it's going to be as large as Battle at the Ministry at Epic Universe, but I hope it integrates screens as well as that attraction does, because if you've watched some of my Epic Universe videos, you know that I think that ride, it's like hard to tell what is a screen and what is real. So I hope that this attraction has a handful of absolutely incredible animatronics. I really hope that this is California Adventure's Rise of the Resistance. You know, I want it to be undisputably the greatest ride in the park. And Disney knows it's going to be compared to Spider-Man and Islands of Adventure because it's a Marvel property and because it's using a very similar ride system. So it's gotta deliver. This is one of the few rides on this list that is actually under construction. Like, they're moving dirt as we speak. So my excitement is like through the roof, and I really hope that this ride delivers. It could absolutely be one of Disney's greatest attractions. But moving on to number 1, we're staying at California Adventure because I am most excited for Pandora, the World of Avatar, and the boat ride that is coming to the land. The scale should be amazing. Pandora at Animal Kingdom is one of my favorite lands, if not my favorite land I have ever been to in any theme park. So I am beyond hyped that California Adventure is getting a version of Pandora, and it looks like we are getting our own version. We're not getting a clone of Pandora. I'm a little sad we're not getting Flight of Passage, but this boat ride should absolutely be incredible. It looks like it's using the same ride system as Pirates at Shanghai, so that'll be really fun. The scale should be absolutely unbelievable, and just like Infinity Defense, I really hope that the blending between screens and physical sets is like flawless. I really hope that there's a handful of great animatronics. Like, there doesn't have to be like 40 of them. There just has to be like 5 or 6 really cool animatronics, you know? It can't be like Na'vi River Journey where there's just that one, and I don't think it will be. I think the scale is going to be very impressive, so I am very excited for this attraction and all of these attractions on this list. What do you think of this list? I didn't include anything from Villains Land because we don't like officially know what is coming to that area of Magic Kingdom. We technically don't even know the number of attractions coming to the Avatar Land at California Adventure. Like, there might be another one, but at the time of this recording, there's only been concept art and discussions of the boat. So the future of theme parks is very bright. It's very exciting. And I would love to hear which attraction you are most excited for. So let me know down in the comments below. Please like this video, and of course, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you so much, and I will catch you later.